What's going on, guys? Larry here, another late one at Iron Heaven Gym in West Omaha. So we're in the last week of Ramadan, so just a couple days left. I believe it ends on Thursday night, and then we have Eid on Friday. Inshallah we do. So hopefully I'll be able to throw some calories back in and try to get something to semi-normal training. Life changes coming up, so training is going to be in a little bit of a flux for about the next month and a half, maybe even 2 months, because I got some things in the fire cooking. Got over a big hurdle today, so things are going to be popping off here real soon. I'll be excited to let you all know what that is. But for right now, we're going to talk about back training, obviously my favorite body part, because I have effectively made my back one of my better body parts, one of my stronger body parts. Even when I was younger, I was able to do chin-ups at a fairly decent rate. So with that being said, back training is not as difficult as people are making it out to be these days. Obviously, yes, there are some nuances. And yes, a lot of the people that are putting out back training information are highly intelligent, and some of it does work. But the lowest common denominator that I need to communicate to people is that you want to make sure that your elbows are positioned certain ways to hit certain parts of the back. That is bare bones, basic knowledge right there. A lot of the stuff that's being put out by some people, that's for folks that have been in the gym and know how their body responds to things, and you know, they're trying to improve certain body parts like their back or their quads or chest or anything like that, or they may have trouble connecting with it. What I'm here to teach you is I'm here to teach you all at the most basic rudimentary level, and I'm also here to give you digestible information, okay? So with back training, you want to make sure that your elbows are positioned in a certain way that will allow you to be able to hit certain parts of the back. So at the very least, if your elbows are out, you're hitting upper back. If your elbows are more going towards your waist, you're hitting lats. The varying degree of latissimus dorsi that you're hitting, I mean, that's up for debate, but basically that's how you should approach your back training. So the actual workout, I'm not going to go into lat biasing stuff. I'm not going to go into upper back specific stuff. It's just going to be a mixture of the two. So we got pull downs, a couple of rows, stretching movements, get everything stretched out at the end. It's going to be relatively low volume. I'm jumping back into kind of my normal flow post Ramadan. I would normally wait, but seeing as that things are in flux, I'm going to show you all how I normally construct a back day, and maybe you can take some things along with it. This is a row heavy workout, okay? It is a very row heavy workout. So you want to make sure you have some healthy elbows. You want to make sure that your arms are warmed up for the most part, that you're warm overall before you even attempt something like this. So we're going to stop talking. I'm going to get to work, and I'm going to show you how to big your back up. That's what you're shooting for this summer, because the back and legs are two of the most powerful body parts, and that shows you, or that shows people, that you put in a lot of work when you come in here. You don't really pussyfoot around, because back and legs are two of the hardest body parts to build. So if you got those well developed, if you got those nice, thick, strong, cut up, whatever, that shows a lot of people that you're serious business in the gym. So enough talking, let's get to it, and we're going to bang out a really intense workout. All right, so starting out with lat pull downs, and I do plenty of reps here for the simple fact that it just really gets me engaged with the back, and I find that effective with most people to do a very high rep range of lat pull downs for the first set. I'm keeping my elbows slightly forward on this because I feel it engages the upper back more. I think I stole this from N1. I don't remember the exact reasoning for it, but it just feels a wee bit better having my elbows forward and not out to the side like it's been commonly done in various forms of bodybuilding media, whether that be magazines, Instagram, anything like that. So here, a medium rep set, and then we just go into the work sets and really just
focusing on form, making sure that the upper back is engaged, and then just going from there and moving on to our row movements.
When the straps come out, we mean business. So, first work set. 3 of these things and you're good to go. Build up to my normal strength. Brother's tired, but I'm gonna keep working. All right, here we are with one of my favorite back exercises, the bent over barbell row. There's been a movement by some very knowledgeable people, more knowledgeable than me, that the bent over row is an erector exercise. I'm not saying that's totally wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong at all. It's actually very correct. But I want us to go back to really thinking about this as a back developer and not just an erector exercise. This has built many a big back when performed correctly, all right? So the thing you want to remember is not to go excessively heavy and not to do a ton of swinging. Obviously, as you get up in weight, the form is going to be compromised a wee bit, but you don't want to be all herky and jerky with it. So get a good couple of warm-up sets in, then we're going to go to our work sets, 3 sets here, and move on to the next exercise.
Now, I want you all to keep in mind, again, I don't think of this as an erector exercise. I think that the erectors do get hit, but this is a phenomenal back builder. Just bend over, roll the weight, row it hard. You know, the exercise isn't super fancy or anything like that, but it's definitely a back builder. So let's get back to the age of using this to build our upper back and hit some of our lats. As you can see in the video, they're working extra hard, but let's get back to that.
All right, things to remember with the bent over barbell row. Always strap up, right? Your grip will give out before anything, so make sure you get a good pair of straps. If you want to chalk up with it, if you're using heavy enough weight, please go right ahead. Second thing to remember is that if you don't want to do them the way that I'm doing them, you can absolutely do them another way. Reduce that weight, put on 25s instead of 45s, stand on a slight deficit, right? And just pause on the floor, explode up, and your body is gonna be perpendicular to the floor. It's gonna be looking like this, and you're just gonna roll. And that's going to hit your back really, really, really hard. So you don't have to do them the way that I'm doing. You can do them the way I call RP style, bent over rows, or otherwise known as Pendley rows. No hip movement, all right? You don't want any hip movement. So again, if you don't want to do them the way I'm doing, which is the most popular way of doing them, but maybe not the most super effective, you can reduce the weight, do them a much more brutal way, and you know, get just as good a back development. Now, what I will say is that heavy weights do create a certain type of density. So please be aware of that. Understand it, that you can only get away with medium weight training for so long. Yes, full range of motion. Yes, probably more intense, but also there's something about a physique or a body that's built with heavy weight. It just screams work. So please keep that in mind. Hey look, I really don't want to wear this belt because I'm showing you how fat I am right now. I was fat before Ramadan, so you need to give me some damn grace here, please. Thank you. I'm not supposed to be listening to music either. This shit is trash. see that machine over there? Yes, right here with the black pad. That is one of my favorite row exercises. So somebody graciously left 3 plates on here for me, so that's what I'm going to do. 2 work sets here. I don't want the volume to go up too much because I'm still fasting, got a couple of days left, and even still, I don't want it to creep up fast because then my body has nowhere to go when I really get into the thick of things, when training gets on the regular, very, very regular. So 2 sets here, working hard, just short of failure, and then move on to the next one. Alright, that 3-play row was a little difficult. So, that being said, I'm going to move on to the last exercise. I would have liked to hit 3 row movements, but I don't have anything left for row movements. So, a couple of sets of stiff arm pull downs, 2 sets about 15 to 20, and then call it good. No biceps today, just gonna relax on that until I can get the calories back in, I can get the training going a little bit more. But that's basically how I build my back routine. Simple, effective, it can work for you. I have yet to see anybody where it hasn't worked for them, but you know, there may just be some non-responders or people that need stuff that's more specific to them. So there's always that, but I'm gonna finish up and then go home. All right, guys, that's it. Back day, real simple right now. This is close. I say this is about 60% of what a normal workout would look for me. I would do not much more, but I would do a couple of exercises more along with biceps. So this isn't too far off the mark. You know, the thing that you want to remember is, again, elbow position. Make sure that you put in your mind that you have a cord from your elbow to your hip, and try not to deviate from that cord too much. And then also movement selection. Again, this was kind of a row heavy workout. I did 2 row movements, 1 pull down, 1 stretching movement. Generally, it would be 3 row movements, a pull down, and a stretching movement. So again, not too far off the mark. The volume may be a little bit higher, but not significantly. So that's another thing to remember is appropriate volume and exercise selection. And I would also do biceps, but I didn't do biceps today, as I mentioned earlier, just trying to keep the volume down so my body can still kind of get acclimated to stuff. Again, I'm still fasting, but I'm starting my normal workouts a little bit early because, again, life changes are happening, things are picking up really fast, and you know, I gotta deal with that. So, you know, training really isn't going to be in a groove maybe until middle of June, early July. So at this point, I'm not trying to push a lot of progress. I'm just trying to, you know, just keep the needle moving just a little bit where I need to go. Also, I need to pull down and weight. I am a little bit chunkier than what I like to be, so that's something that I'm going to kind of concentrate on as Ramadan comes down to a close. But with that being said, I hope you guys gathered something from this video. I hope I brought you a little bit more value to your workouts. If there's any questions you got for me, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be glad to answer them. But until then, you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We're bringing more content, especially as Ramadan comes to an end. Leg day number 2 is coming to you all Saturday. Again, I don't want anybody that wants to be in hoochie daddy shorts or short shorts showing their legs. I don't want y'all to be caught out here lacking. So please, please, please tap in with me, like and follow the page. And again, I'm gonna bring you that leg day on Saturday. So until then, y'all have a good one.